All right, I'm live just to get people to call in. Let's see if it works again. Yeah, I'm talking to you people. See if anyone gets in here.
So I'm on Free Talk Live right now, but we're in a commercial. Well, I just wanted to tell you, I sent you an adjusted crypto amount for basically the value of Bitcoin on the first, because I just hadn't had a chance to. Oh yeah, I had a chance to get to my computer and get that done. So you got like $65 instead of 50. Basically, I just made it so it was like that day. All right, bye.
Someone's like, "Hey, hi Jay," because they recognize your voice.
Oh,
I can't. There's no way.
Who's that?
Karen Kozlowski Cook.
That's my mom.
It's your mom. Jay's mom's in the chat.
Nice.
What's up, ex bootlicker? I'm not talking to your mom. I'm talking to the other person in chat. 18 U.S. Code 241, 242, deprivation of rights under the color of law. Right on. You know what, ex bootlicker? You should call in to Free Talk Live about that. The number is right there in the title. You too, line 1. It's a good idea to call in and talk about maybe call in about James Freeman and the lady that got arrested for not wearing a mask. Okay, I gotta go, guys.
It's Free Talk Live. Phones are open. If you want to join us here, you can. The number is 603-283-6160. We started out talking about Afro Man. He is being sued by a whole 7 sheriff's deputies, 2 sergeants, 4 deputies, and 1 detective from the Adams County Sheriff's Office in Ohio. Said they had their feelings hurt by Afro Man using them in his videos. Now they want to get lots of money. Lots and lots of money, because that's how it's going to solve the fact that they claim that they have, quote, emotional distress, embarrassment, ridicule, loss of reputation, and humiliation. We'll continue with that story here. It's absolutely ridiculous, especially if you support freedom of speech. But first, to the phones, it's Ian, Jay, and Joa here in the studio tonight. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name? Oh, is it?
He's a troll.
Okay. That was it. He just hung up the phone. That was it. That's all he had. That's all he had.
I'll talk about it.
What's he even talking about?
Masshole set up a fake account on Tinder. No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. Masshole. And she set me up, and I was supposed to meet up with someone else, and it happened to be her at a bar.
Wait, so you know who this person is?
I know of her, yeah. She's threatened me many times.
She's one of your haters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she set up a fake account on Tinder and tried to lure you in.
That's correct. Now this is really funny. Wait, you got to hear this. So the person that she used, the person like the pictures and everything, yeah, the photos, is friends. That exact person is friends with your brother.
Okay.
Oh.
And she actually.
So you knew that you.
No, I didn't know her.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was talking to her.
Gotcha.
But then, so your brother knows who this is, and
by your brother you mean Jay's brothers, just so the audience.
Yeah, Jay's brother Josh, and he knew her, the actual girl that was in the pictures that was faked. And I was hoping Josh would maybe set me up with a date with the actual person.
I'll work on it.
Okay.
Right on. That'd be nice.
She's actually married, so
okay.
It wouldn't work.
That won't happen.
Yeah, but what happened in this whole incident? Okay, when I was in the bar, I pulled my camera out for safety, and she's pulling her.
You talked to somebody on Tinder.
Tinder, yes, correct.
You set up a date with a fake person. You went to show up.
Yeah.
And you're waiting for this other person.
That's
to
right.
arrive. Okay.
And it wasn't just her there. So she had some of her bootlicking cop buddies there.
Oh boy.
that threatened to kill me in the parking lot on the way out. So yeah,
Whoa.
hey, troll caller, just to let you know, what she did was a felony.
Now, these are actual cops who threaten you, or people who love the cops?
I believe it was a cop. I mean, I have cop dar, and it seemed like it was a cop. And they were threatening to bash my head in the parking lot.
Wow.
Because I was calling her out for being a bad person. And she is. She's a horrible person.
Was she there?
She abuses her children. I'm going to say that on national radio right now. She abuses her children.
And this girl goes by Masshole?
Masshole. Kate Peters.
Okay.
Yes. Look her up. Oh, she's disgusting. She's a horrible, horrible, disgusting person.
All right, let's continue here with Rob on the line in Vermont. You're on Free Talk Live. Go ahead, Rob. Yeah.
Right on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He lied. The judge lied.
Yeah, he lied.
That Ademo had threatened him. Yep, and had him arrested and charged with a felony, which ultimately was dropped after some number of days that he sat in jail.
Mm-hmm. Well, the law changed. The Supreme Court changed the law, and I think it was 2011 or 2010. And the rule change is Rule 78, saying that we have the right to record in court as long as we give proper notification, and it says you have to give it 30 minutes prior to whatever. Yeah, it's stupid. And you know what my notification is? My camera is upright and it's filming. That's my notification. I don't have to fill out a form. And it's funny because when we go to court, specifically Footloose's recently, the judge goes, I see that we have a couple forms here people have filled out to record in court. Well, you wrote anonymous. I can't accept that. And it's like, I don't have to give you my name. I don't even have to fill out your damn form.
You really don't.
I could just write it on toilet paper and submit it. And it's just like, that would be enough. Or I can verbally say it. I don't even have to say, what if I can't write?
I think it's all total BS, and I'm so glad to see you pushing back against this, Joa. Unfortunately, being on bail conditions, I'm not in much of a place to do it myself. But I do appreciate your efforts on that, because you've managed to back these judges down, I think, on multiple occasions now, where you just stand your ground and say, look, I'm recording this. It's my right to record. And then the judge just says, okay, well, I guess I'm going to make an exception here.
Yeah, an exception.
Yeah.
Or it's like, I'll give you permission this time.
Yeah.
No, you don't give me permission. You can't object.
Permission, yeah.
You can't reject this. This is not rejectable. Anyways.
Go ahead, Rob.
Pretty much.
Well, we can't give you legal advice at this at any juncture, but if you're willing to put your freedom where your mouth is, so to speak, then you can try what Joa has successfully done. And it's not just Joa. There's other people that have come to these hearings who have stood their ground and been able to record. And more importantly, outside of the courtroom, because historically recording in the court has been relatively easy.
It's more touchy.
But when you go outside of the courtroom, a lot of these bailiffs like to throw around this standing order from the Supreme Court that says that no matter what, you cannot record outside of the court.
There's nothing that says that.
Well, I've seen it. I don't know where it is right now.
I don't believe
they
that.
Used to have it posted at the Keene District Court.
Well, you might be talking about an administrative order. Now, administrative orders are not orders for us. That's for the administration. That's how I interpret it. It's like, I am not part of the administration.
That's a good point.
Just like at Concord District Court, there's a sign that's posted in there. If you walk in, when you get upstairs and you're like just going to the hallway after the stairs, there's a sign that says, oh, they're citing Rule 78 in the damn thing. And then it says, that they're perverting the whole Rule 78, and it says, oh, you can't record and da-da-da-da-da without permission and all this stuff. And it's like they're twisted the actual Supreme Court ruling on the order.
Basically, what happened was here in Keene, I believe it was 2011. This was, during the height of Derek J's victimless crime spree, where there were so many people getting arrested for civil disobedience, and constantly there were excuses to go to court.
Yeah.
And recording was going on. The judge of that court issued an order that the Supreme Court ended up sort of picking up for the entire state. So it was actually the keen activism that spurred this. But that order specifically said, and it may have been an administrative order, as you pointed out, but that order did say that there shall be no recording outside of the court, meaning that in the hallways, out by the clerk's office, they try to forbid, and they will threaten and threaten. But what you proved, Joe, and you've done it multiple times now, and so has Footloose, by the way, both of you guys, outside of that court in Concord, the head thug from the security, Peter Hamilton, I believe is his name, the head thug boss, comes out, and he'll get up in your face, and he'll threaten, but he never actually arrests anyone for recording. He'll tell you to leave the premises, but the actual act of putting somebody in handcuffs, charging them with contempt or anything like that, I've never actually seen it happen over all these years. The handful of people who violated that.
I have, and this was, and I wish other people were there for my arraignment for the Goffstown, the Bulldog incident, is that when I went in there, I was live streaming, and the even a private prosecutor or a private defense attorney, he insulted me, called an a-hole, and then the next thing you know, I have sheriffs coming up and talking to me, and then I have a court officer lying to the sheriff saying, "Oh, I told him to shut it off." I'm like, "No, you never told me to shut it off. What are you talking about?" And then the sheriffs threatened arrest, which I really should have taken the arrest because they're going to bring me into court no matter what. I wasn't going to miss my court date, my court time. They were wrong. They handed me the rules. They handed me Rule 78. I read it. I'm like, did you guys read it? Because I'm not violating it. And, so they just wouldn't let me turn it back on. I turned it back on after they left, and then went to court and recorded.
So you were convinced that they were going to actually arrest you?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, no, they threatened. Yeah, they're like, shut it off or you're under arrest. So... Well, I would. Their excuse on that would be
the Lord list, by the way, is a list of corrupt cops that have had issues that have been kept. It's been kept secret for many years.
Lie on
finally
reports.
Released part of it. They released, I think, all of it. And then they redacted it after they released it. And there's like a fight over what should and shouldn't be on the list.
Now, there's a way you can reveal. Let me just do some background on this. Is that there's a way you can reveal who's on the lawyer list, and that is when you get a cop on the stand, you just ask them, "Are you on the lawyer list?" They have to say it. They have to admit that.
Good point.
Which is really funny. What's that? Okay, so their argument for the reason why you can't is that this is
staffing issue.
Staffing, employment. This is private employment information and all that.
Just like I was talking before with these governmental agencies claiming to be private corporations. The other example of this was the acronym is ATF. I believe it was American Teachers Federation, and this is, I believe, out of Missouri or Oklahoma. And a concerned parent, did a Freedom of Information Act request for the curriculum they were teaching the kid, because the kid, the second graders coming home and talking about wanting to turn into a girl, and I'm so sad that I'm white because I'm oppressing my black friends. So mom's like, what the heck? So she does this Freedom of Information Act request, and they deny it for the same exact reasons, that they're a private
teachers.
The teachers union is a private corporation, and they don't have to comply with this stuff. And the same exact thing with the police unions. They're all private corporations.
It's so twisted, isn't it?
So I wonder if you could do what would be really good to bring this stuff to light is the public records request, or in New Hampshire it's a 91A right to know request for if officer so and so is on the Lori's list, and to please submit the the particulars of why he's on, or the reason he's on the Lori's list, or whatever.
Yeah.
But all of that stuff should be public information. But what it does is it further insulates, and it makes this cult of irresponsibility is basically what the state employees have become at all levels.
Sure.
I certainly don't trust the state with this list either. So
no, they're trying to protect their own.
This is like, and that's a great idea, is that we could like contact every single department and ask them if these every officer is on the lawyer list, right? So that way we can really get the defining information. Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard.
Go ahead. Hold up, Rob. Go ahead. I thought you already knew that he was on that list. This is the guy that.
So you should do a right to know request for all of these records, and then when they say no, hopefully you find someone who's prepared to go forward to appeal the request and then to sue them. And the answer you're going to get is, oh, we're private corporations. And the more answers that we can get from these governmental agencies that are claiming to be private corporations, I think is the best answer that we can get. Okay, you're a private corporation. How am I a slave to you? Where did you get jurisdiction to, force me to whatever, pull over on the side of the road, anything?
I was talking to someone the other day, and it's just like come up many times in like years, but we need to have a place like a website where we can look up any cop and see what kind of record they have. And it's all going to be user submitted. So, whenever you go to court and this is what the cop said and or lied on the stand, you can just like do your own Yelp review on a cop.
Great. They actually had what was it called? Rate My Cop or something like that. There may still exist a website where you could do that, where you could leave reviews for cops, whether they were bad or decent.
I used to have two Facebook pages. One was Praise a Cop, the other one was Report a Cop. And it's rare to get a Praise a Cop.
Rob, anything else? Thanks for the
Thank you.
Man. One other thing that I think could help in these situations is to actually have some state reps maybe take up the issue of the 91A, which, again, as you pointed out, is the Freedom of Information Act here in New Hampshire. It's probably going to be hard to get through at this point in time, but it would be worth, I think, putting it forward to make it so nothing is exempt.
I agree.
Why should there be exemptions to the Freedom of Information Act? Oh, well, just because he's an employee and so therefore employee relationship matters are somehow private. They're supposed to be the people's employees. Now, we all know that's bunk and that's BS. But at the very least, we should be able to force them into that through the system and make it so we can find out what their home addresses are and what their salaries are and the issues.
Well, you know that the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Pigs, no offense to pigs, is that they would spend millions of dollars to campaign against this.
Every teachers union, every union of government bureaucrats, there would be a huge opposition to it. So it would be very, very difficult to get it through. But it should at least, I think, be proposed where everything is subject. Any government record is subject to freedom of information. There should be no secrets.
I feel like Matt Centeno Santos would probably do it.
He might very well. Yeah.
What would be really cool about pushing some kind of legislation to get all these exemptions from the public records request, but a right to know request is anyone who was against it. How come you don't want open and transparent government? I mean, you're against transparency if you're against this.
It's right there in the New Hampshire Constitution, by the way. I believe it's Article 8 that says that government of right should be open and accountable. Well, clearly, if your government is not open and accountable, then that means it is not a government of right. It is a government of wrong. By that point, that's what we have today. So, the whole idea of 91A should be unnecessary. It's right there in the Constitution. It's either open or it's not, and it should be open. Yep. Let's continue with Ricky in Pennsylvania. You're on Free Talk Live. Go ahead, Ricky. Yes.
Hey.
Now, how do you know anything about them right now? They haven't been. I don't know anything about This is where the documents. This is where they went and they raided his house looking for documents.
Evan Cochran's lawyer, after they got this stuff, had drafted a document who Christina Bob, who's a Fox News lawyer, signed that there was no more documents. Well, there was 100 more documents. Plus, there's evidence when they subpoenaed the cameras that the stuff was moved around. So that's an obstruction of justice case. And even furthermore, what happened is, as a result of yesterday's events,
What happened yesterday?
well, the D.C. court said, put forth that, concerning this with Cochran, that basically Trump lied.
Who's Cochran?
Evan Cochran, about this document.
I'm totally lost here. I don't know who any of these people
Yeah,
are.
bureaucrats,
Well,
something.
it's simple, brother Ian. I mean, just follow me on it.
Okay.
Just trust me on this. Anyways, what happened was, as a result, it looks like he was lied to by Trump on this matter.
Who? Cochran?
Cochran, yeah.
Who the hell's that?
He was his lawyer since April. The raid was
Trump's
in June.
lawyer. Oh, okay. You're saying
Oh,
Trump
what
lied to
happened?
his own lawyer about something?
Yeah, that's a long history of him. And what happened is, a D.C. Circuit Court said, well, we got to do something about this considering. So then it went to an appeals court within the next day. They had to do it by a deadline, both the defense and the prosecution, their decision. Now the prosecution has available transcripts, the phone calls, documents, and things for like that pertaining to this. So Jack Smith has definitely got a case.
I have no idea what you're talking about at this point. I mean, are any of you
Yeah.
guys following Ricky?
No, I
Am the only
really.
one who's lost here?
Yeah, I'm not following.
I know that Trump was supposed to get arrested, but that was just Trump, something that really
that
wasn't.
was a pile of crap. I was right on that one.
Yeah,
You can't play that card again. But here's the third.
Okay, but
thing.
what? Whoa,
it was
okay.
definitely an arrestable
Yeah.
offense. It's just that they're not going to go there with it.
I'm
you
still
know?
not clear on what
Yeah.
you're talking about. You said there was some case in D.C. This guy Cochran or Corcoran.
Right. What happened is he's been his lawyer since April. The raid was in June.
Okay.
And he drafted a document that it got all the stuff. And Christina Bob, who was another lawyer on the team, signed it and gave it to an FBI agent.
Okay.
Now, the D.C. court has come to the conclusion, because they had access to these materials,
Mhm.
that it looks like Cochran or Corcoran was lied to.
Cockring?
And so you're just to clarify, you're saying Trump's lawyer said that the FBI got all the documents in their raid, but that wasn't true.
Signed it. Signed the document.
But that wasn't true, and you're saying that there's might be criminal charges coming because of that.
Oh, there definitely was, because as of yesterday, midnight, the defense had to put in their appeal, and then the
Appeal what?
because the D.C. court said we got to rush on this because we got a problem with your lawyer. It looks like he was lied to by Trump.
I guess he's talking about January 6th, though.
But what are they appealing? I'm not clear. There hasn't been a criminal charge yet.
Actually, there is the Mar-a-Lago documents.
You don't charge. Generally, they don't charge their own documents with crimes.
No, but Jack Smith, the Department of Justice, is.
I don't understand.
All right.
I'm completely lost on this, dude. I don't know what you're trying to say.
That's all right, Ian. I'm sorry.
Nice try.
I thought this was-
You've lost the whole room, dude. These guys are looking at their phones. They're not even paying attention.
The
No,
facts
I'm
are
not-
there, but
hey.
they fell apart, Ian. It's all right.
Ian, throw me on the
It's
bus
okay,
here.
brother.
Okay, what else you got, Ricky? What's the third thing?
Well, the third one is easy. That was the one I mentioned the other night. And this one, he's in deep trouble because that's been going for the past 2 years with a special grand jury. And I will quote, when he called Brad Ratzenberger right after the 2020
Who?
election, the Secretary of State in Georgia, and I'll quote this, he said, all I need to find is 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state. If you flip the state, it'll be a testament, great testament.
Okay, so you're suggesting that Trump was asking the Secretary of State in Georgia to commit election fraud on his behalf,
Yeah, absolutely. And in
and
fact,
you believe that's be a federal charge?
Oh, that's a big time federal
Okay.
charge. Yeah.
Right.
So, but the funny thing is, these are all timing all at the same time.
But they haven't done any of this yet. They haven't actually charged him for any of this.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're so close on all of these to doing that.
Right.
It's which one's gonna pop first.
All right, I guess we'll see. Thank you, Ricky, for the call tonight. Let's continue here. Caller, you're on Free Talk Live. What's your name?
Dingo.
Dingo, you're on the air. Go ahead.
You guys are horror buffs at all? I spent, I don't know, a couple hours looking up the Swirly Tower that's in Carnivals. It's called Helter Skelter. It's where the Beatles got the song and Charles Manson stole it from. I was just wondering if you guys knew anything about that.
Yeah, I've known about that.
I don't know anything about that.
About what? A tower?
It's like a swirly tower, like a carnival ride that kids used to go down back in the day, and then the Beatles made a song about it, and then Charles Manson, you know, use the term, it's racial slur or whatever, and then
Okay.
it got all disturbed or whatever after that.
I thought Manson actually wrote the song first. Was I wrong about that?
I don't know. That's a great question. The number here is 603-283-6160. That's 603-283-6160. We got more coming up here. Afro Man being sued by 7 butthurt sheriff's deputies. There's still more to tell you about that story.
I'll look into that.
And there's more coming up here in moments. This is Free Talk Live. Hour number 2 is on the way. You can join the show. Holy shit. Could not understand what he was trying to say.
Yeah. Hey guys, I don't know if you guys could hear. I put the live stream mic right into the headphone with that one. So, like, maybe you guys could hear it. But the best way to watch it or listen to it is on Odyssey. And I'm going to end the stream. But if you haven't called in yet, I mean, guys, a troll called in. A troll could call in, but you can't? You need to call in 603-283-6160, and we'll put you on the air. Just don't swear. Don't swear. Because we'll just kick you off. Then you can try again maybe some other time, but don't swear. Yeah, there's no free speech when the FCC regulates, okay? Manson misinterpreted Helter Skelter. You know, we don't need you to be on camera. You just need to call in. It's just your voice. So you mic shy? All right, guys. Thank you all for being in chat. Call in. Number is in the title. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye now. Actually, not bye. You're going to call in, and I'm going to talk to you. Just going to be a different way. Call in, guys. Bye.